So they established a lot as of yesterday by telling us when you throw something into an environment where they don't know what is going to happen, no direction, no focus, that states to be a chaos. It's a mental state of somebody that's who go into leadership as presidents, as pastors, as governors, and totally confused. They don't know what to do, how to do, how to solve problems, what to do because that actually enter purpose is a touch. So there are principles of chaos. We established them that the clearest description of war today is chaos. And it's other the mental state of leaders today confused, empty of purpose, and also the greatest prospect in the world is darkness. So and this state of chaos stays to be when something is formless, it's out of order. That's what is formless today. When something is formless, it's out of order. But when something is formless, it's out of order, it's out of order. So we now say that without form means out of formal order. Without form, without forms means out of formal order. Okay, so number two is lost for that void means confusion. Void means confusion. Confusion. And number three, um, that means absence of purpose. That means absence of purpose. Absence or ignorant of purpose. Or ignorance of purpose. Okay. So when something comes to be chaos, it means the thing is formless, the thing is void, and the thing is dire. So we say that okay, that's the problem. The solution is that whenever everything is available for something to work and that thing did not work, that thing stays to be chaos. That means you carry, for example, your room, you move your mattress to the kitchen, move the pots to the parlor, move the kitchen to the room, scatter everything. Everything that will make that house work is already inside the house, but are all not in the right positions. That your shoe is in the bedroom, your towel is in the kitchen, so everything is scattered. So that is to the total chaos. So what is like the formless is void and is dark. So a lot of people go into relationships, businesses, everything that will make that business work, that ministry, that government work, that is really available, but it's not arranged in the right order. It's disorganized, never organized. For people that are not organized in any way, so they start to experience chaos. So how do you fix the chaos? You have to fix it the way God fixed chaos. So it happened in the book of Genesis we discussed yesterday when God comes to see that okay, we said that chaos is sign that everything is present, but are in the wrong places. Let me write that statement again. So we have to know that that's chaos. Of course, it's a sign that everything is present. Everything is present. Okay, but they are in the wrong place. But they are in the wrong place. Everything is present. Everything that makes somebody's life work is present, but are all in the wrong place. All disorganized. Everything disorganized. So whenever there is darkness, it means ignorance of purpose is available. And once available, there will be disorder. And once there is disorder, everything leads to confusion. And life will be confused even itself. So how God solved this chaos solution was happening in Genesis 1, 3 to 5. Genesis 1, 3 to 5. And recorded that he said, let there be light, and there was light. He saw the light was good, and he separates. Separation happens immediately. Light, and this light is not illumination, it's not firmament, it's not the but it's knowledge, it's a sense of direction, sense of purpose, knowledge of purpose. So when purpose comes, everything doesn't know themselves. But when the purpose is known, appears immediately. So the light that the sun was in Genesis 1 verse 15. This one in Genesis 1 verse 3 or 4 is not the sun. It's a light between knowledge of purpose. So what happened that God separated and he called the day the light day and the darkness he called night. You need the presence of God as a knowledge of truth that will give back this purpose to what it was meant for. So when light came, and from that, when ignorance is present, confusion is the result. When you are confused, you don't need prayer, you need information. So we say that whenever there is chaos, This thing is prayer. This thing is sin now. You need knowledge. You need the spirit of God. You don't need to sit down and say, what, how do I solve this? Seeking knowledge. Because the knowledge is packaged information. Tell us to solve problem. Knowledge of purpose is very important because when there is chaos, you know that's not time to start praying. Prayer has its place and it's good. But chaos is losing, needs to be arranged. You need an order. When something is out of order, you still need order. When something is not good. So to put back things in order, you need knowledge of purpose. But without knowledge of purpose, it's still going to be disorder. And that is why we see if nothing is working in your community, your enterprise, your family, your business, your country, your town, your marriage, or that you need to stop. Stop. Look for information. Look for knowledge of purpose. Look for you need to come to light. You need to come to the level of revelational knowledge to read that where you can understand what something was made for and the most what it was meant for it. So he says he saw there was light and it was good. So the light represents the knowledge of purpose, and even everything is constant light, everything takes back to spirit. So what happened was that from that Genesis 3, 1 3 to 24, God, after God created the creation, he said, let there be light in the purpose. And then the creation actually gave birth to creatures. Everything that was made was already available on earth. The trees were buried in the ground, the animals were trapped in the dirt, the sea were trapped on the earth, the river, the sea, the lake were all mixed together. That was chaos. Chaos is when you put everything together and you're confused. So today's class is for entrepreneurs, businessmen, and investors that their life, you don't understand that they've done something to a level, and that thing has got to a level, but the fact is that they are totally confused. I don't know where to go for. That means there's the void. I don't know what to do anymore. There's a lack of sense, knowledge of purpose. I need clarity on my next direction. So this out of order is to discuss that it comes when men are trying to become women, that's out of order. When women are trying to become men, out of order. When children want to be an adult and want to do the things that was meant for adults, that's out of order. That is where the problem is. So this order is corrected by order, not by prayer. Tell me on the law. This order is corrected by order, not by prayer. If these things will this operate, this that is telling this that the thing is in chaos, right? If I pray and pray and pray and pray, matter be in order, matter will not be. But if I carry the matter and arrange it here, or carry the matter and arrange it the way I want it to be, that means I simply answer that prayer, cover the phone. Yes. That means I did not, if I speak in tongues, matter arrange yourself into not. Ready to send you the work. I pour all it in the work until I stand up to the action, to the action. If it's black, if light is there, the place is dark, there's light or there's no more on. And I pray darkness, I bind you, I cast you, I fight, I thunder, kerosene, diesel, knockouts, and don't listen that. I don't need to find the look for the switch of the light will come up. Yes or yes? Yes. It solves problem. Remember you not saying I don't pray because of lack of prayer. He said I pray because of what? Lack of knowledge. That is ignorant. I said they rejected knowledge, and I the Lord have rejected them. So chaos don't need prayer. When something is state to be chaos, it needs to be arranged, it needs to be organized. So when God separated light from darkness, that was when the knowledge of purpose came into being. And every environment knew the purpose what it was meant for. The sun went back to his place, the moon went back to his place, the water went back to his place, the earth gave birth to trees. So God just looked at the creation and said, the earth bring forth to a kind, water bring forth to a kind. So everything that was trapped, were actually they came forth to life. Everything that was everything was everything was clear, the night was night. There was a distinction between me, you, her, cloud, air, water, fish, planet. Everything was clear. God only solves chaos by bringing clarity. Tell me on the God. God only solves chaos by bringing clarity. So you too can only fix the disorganized part of your life. It's not going the way you want it to go by clarity, by bringing knowledge of purpose. So right is right, wrong is wrong, good is good, bad is bad. Whether everybody's doing it or nobody's doing it. So and we discussed so much yesterday. So yesterday we came to the kingdom law and life. That's what I've discussed on this all day today. So I would like to write, but I would like to even do this. So we have here like this and kingdom, okay, law and light. So let's go from the number one. Write it down. The purpose of God was to extend and establish his heavenly kingdom on earth. That is the purpose. The purpose why God created this earth was that the purpose of God was to extend and establish his kingdom on earth. His heavenly kingdom on earth. That is the purpose. He said, let the kingdom come as the way be done in heaven. That is all God's plan was to the purpose of God was to extend and establish his heavenly kingdom on earth. He wanted it to happen in heaven today on earth. That's the purpose. That's the whole idea why we are earth. That is why he wants to live in us. So the purpose of God was to extend and establish his heavenly kingdom on earth. Find the face you need to understand. And I would say so I think this is because in every government, every site, every family, there must work, it must be law. Without law, that means you have order. And with law, you must be in order. Don't worry, I'm going to show you why in your life you must sit down and see yourself like a nation. To put up boundaries, I will call by this time. I will eat, I will brush. You need to put your life in order because self leadership will give them to global leadership. If you cannot do yourself, how can you do it? So without order, you cannot work. So why people are not following order, don't you to order is because they don't even believe in themselves. That they can say that I can do this and they will do it. So I said the purpose of God was to extend and establish his heavenly kingdom of earth. Yeah, we shall I. Number two, I'll do some of the eight of them. Number two, the heavenly kingdom is a country. The heavenly kingdom is a country, bracket of the nation. The heavenly kingdom is a country, bracket of the nation. He said we are a royal priesthood, the holy nation. The heavenly kingdom is a country, bracket of the nation, full stop. Show back preaching religion. Jesus brought a kingdom to earth, and that kingdom is a country. You know, I'm that my father's house, in my father's house, in my kingdom. You did not see it was God religion. Religion was not his purpose. God never established religion. God established relationship with men. It is men that establish religion. Same thing man established job for man. God never give us job. God give us work. Man, this is God, he want to give us work. But man don't give himself the work. This is what God did for man. The same thing, God gave us relationships. But what we want is divine religion. Religion is a man's thing for seeking God in his own way. So that is why that is not called religion. And I don't like religion activity, past spiritual activities. It's totally void. He just brought a kingdom to earth, and the kingdom is a country. So there are laws that govern the kingdom. I want to shift some of them to so understand how to apply some of those laws in your personal life today. And once you can accept it, the everything start working together. And even though you don't have the result that you want, but there's a little peace that surpasses all understanding. You know, there's something that when I'm in the right direction, something just feel like I think I'm the right because it just seems to even though I'm facing challenges, the energy behind. So the thing number one is that there's a kingdom. Of course, God wants to establish extend, right? Extend and establish a kingdom on the that's what we want to number one. Number two, that kingdom is a country and a nation. That's number two. So it's a country and a nation. So once you build that on your head, from this particular nation, now even though you have head, you have a citizenship in heaven. And you have a citizen from a particular realm, of course, heavenly places. So number three is that all nations are built on love. All nations, physical and spiritual, all nations are built, are built on love. All nations are built on love. Do Nigeria have a constitution called law? Yes. The United America, yeah, it's so called law. Yes. Every nation has a called law. Even in your village, that you see that they have laws that one they know me. This is a king's talk. This is we are avoiding. Everybody that even your church have doctrine called dogma. That's a law governing the system there. Every church can't take methodist within Anglican, make all of them. They have laws and that govern. They call it doctrine, whatever. In business, we have what they call complete policy. That are all laws that govern the business. We have industrial law, we have maritime law. Every there's a law governing everything. So all nations are built on law. So you are going to build a country, you are going to build a business, you are going to build a marriage. Then you want to build the first thing you must establish is a constitution. It's something that will guide. Even if we have this international community as powerful as we are, we have some laws that bind us together. Number one, you don't fight because fighting those issues. You don't fight because you negotiate, you talk. Number two, you don't do a lot. If you do, you face this community. You don't attempt to carry somebody's results and take it to baseline. So that all these laws are governed. And not just that, even in terms of your own accountability, what you say you will do to get the results you want, that principles and reward. Because this thing have consequence and reward. That's what happened. If that consequence must have a reward. So if you are going to build a nation, a business, the first thing you must establish is a constitution, is a law, is a policy, is rules that will bind it. So you have to understand. If I write this one down, you know, important. Number number three. A constitution contains that is a constitution bracket to the law bracket closes. A constitution bracket to the law bracket closes contain the aspiration, command standards. It contains the aspirations, command standards, and the regulation by which the people are to live. The constitution bracket to the law, constitution bracket to the law contains the aspirations, command standards, command, and the regulation by which the people are to live. The constitution of every nation, of every country, every place that was bracket in the law, bracket with contains number one, the aspirations, command standards, and the regulation by which the purpose, by which the people are to live. So you tell them how to live. That is why if there are last personal regulations, personal standards, you will never go fine. Like you also have your personal that's this is what I tolerate, this is what I don't tolerate, this is what I do, this stand for something because you don't stand for something involved in everything. If you don't stand for something, you still experience chaos. If you don't have regulations over your life, there are some things that if that way it comes to you know that this my guy not even like because it's from the one you see it in me. And one thing I don't like that thing I don't want to learn. It pains me because there are challenges that the prayer and fasting cannot solve. That the only thing I can say is knowledge, is wisdom, is understanding. You don't get to understand somebody that this thing is a sanguine, this is a melancholy, this one is an extrovert, this one is introvert. You need to understand people's body language, human capital. You need to understand human psychology. So how can you work? You don't understand myself because you don't need different people in your life. So how do you want to have one for everybody? No. There are people that are fast in this, some are slow in this, some are picked up very fast, some don't pick up very fast. So about that, I want any sport you want to bring physical energy. No. And this the first thing you must do is to find knowledge. Why is this person doing what he's doing? Why is things going this way? Ask question. Poor men make negative statement. Rich men ask question. How can I? Because cannot. You're not even started business with me. I give you book to read. I tell you I cannot read. That the thing that comes, I cannot. You cannot. But for making that negative thing about yourself shows me that that is weird because you can never say anything negative about yourself you don't want to become true. So you say anything about yourself you don't want to become true, that means I show that that's your perspective, the kind of person you are. So the thing is this, every constitution, that is law contains aspiration, standards, and regulation by which the people are living. So the first thing you must establish is the rule of law. Write it down. The first thing you must establish to stop chaos is the rule of law. I like the fact the rule of law. I like it. And I like the word the rule of law. The first thing you must establish to stop chaos, discipline, to stop faultless boy darkness is the rule of law. Bring the knowledge of purpose into that thing. That which was not meant for. That's which that thing was meant for. So when somebody says, I want my business to work, I want my family to work. What standard are you upholding with high value? I don't want to compromise as a man that will make your family move forward, that will move in your favor. So the standard you are holding high value is standard I cannot make little move in your favor. Me, I cannot apologize as a man. A woman cannot apologize. I'm the man of this house. How can I say sorry? Now it cause the problem because sometimes you have to say sorry for peace to reign, not because you are right or wrong. For peace to reign. Your sorry is doing because I cannot. You are full of pride and ego. That value is not helping you. So the thing is this: when somebody's style is not working, it means that that thing can work. That's why it's not working. Because every problem has a solution. Tell not every problem a solution. That's why it's no problem. If there's no solution, it will not become a problem. So the first thing you must establish to stop chaos is the rule of law. So we are never supposed to be ruled by president, prime minister, governor, lawyers. We are supposed to be ruled by the law. And the problem is that when people rule or tamper with the law, that's where the problem is. The law is supposed to be the foundation and the preserver of every nation. Every nation, they control the law, allow the law to take its course, but people tamper with it. But nevertheless, so I told you that the kingdom laws and lights is that number one, God wants to extend and establish his kingdom on earth. Number two, the second of course is a kingdom and nation. Number three, all nations are ruled by law. Number four, number four, the first thing God gave man was law. The first thing God gave Adam was law. The first thing, the first thing, the first thing God gave Adam, Adam, Adam was law, was law. He told him, "See, you can eat every fruit, but not this one. So in everything, God says don't. If you obey the law, your days will be long. If you don't obey the law, you will invoke death because no, I'm going to give you some principle. Why people cannot help some people who hate knowledge? You cannot help them until they are saved by God. What I experience is a consequence of the law they not obey. The thing is that there are three things that rules everything God created. There are laws, rules, and principles. Three things. In every body of knowledge, there are rules, laws, and principles. One of the doctor is a body of knowledge. And so you have to study it. And those things are done by laws, spiritual grass. The cause of anatomy, that's something that I never touch when you're doing the surgery. In body of want to be an accountant, lawyer, you want to be a carpenter, a tailor, people football has laws, have rules that governs the match. Yes or yes. So people that don't understand the laws, ignorantly disobey the law because they will not see reason. They think it's okay that they are here, it's only because they don't understand what have I just done. But they don't know what they're doing that is against the principle that governs that thing, the success of that thing. So God told man, see, um, God told Adam what he could do and what he could not do because there's always there's always the line between what you cannot, what you should do, and what you should not do, called law, and that establishes an accountability factor where there is something you must do and something you must not do. The day you break the law, Adam, we shall surely die, not sleep. The day you eat this fruit, we shall surely die. Don't eat it to by your days in the law. And if you obey the law, the penalty of the law and the benefit of the law is built into the law. So you kill yourself when you violate the law. God did not kill Adam. Adam activated death. Death was always present, but has no power to kill. But when Adam disobeyed the law, he gave death the power, and death killed him. When law is present, you don't need a judge to apply penalty. God's law have the penalty built in it and have benefit built in it. But write it down. God's law have penalty and benefit built in it at the same time. God's law have penalty and benefit built in it. God's law and every law of every nation has penalty and benefit built in it. Oh, there's a green light, there is a red light, there's a yellow light. If you see the green, you can pass. Red, you are already don't stop, you need stop. And you disobey the law, the consequence will be activated immediately. But if you obey the law, benefit until immediately. So God's law have the penalty and benefits built in it. God never killed Adam. He only set the laws and living them. If you do this, your days will be long. If you do this, in the consequence, life and death. Choose one. I don't force, I don't chaos, I don't romance. So God's law and benefits and penalties built in it. So in business, so in marriage, so in anything you want to do. If you are faithful, you will benefit. You are not faithful, you still benefit. In fact, yesterday, my wife was telling me about someone that have three children from three different men. You marry the first one, the born one. Man, I want the one, the born one. Man, one. And that is not even with any of them. Chaotic life. His life is out of order. Then out of order. Order. From them to other economies. From them to romance. Some will go and say, hey, I cannot stay under any man. I don't want to, and you don't want your children to know their father. When the child grows up, they want a sense of identity. Everybody wants a sense of their identity. You will like, look at the begin to suffer. When you grow up, they will forgive their father, they will look for their father. But yeah, is also I tell you, your father is a businessman. That. They begin no one know what man this one grown. I want to know this my brother. I want to know how he looks like. I don't want to know they can take a change. You don't insult me. You are just 16 and you don't understand all that. That's the thing. You deny the father, the child of the father who the responsibility in the life of the child. How would a child grow up without the mother responsibility? The child will be half baked into society, they come to problem. But that's even bad, they know he died. They always their life. Anyway, that people are living in chaos. The when I come to how to fix your life, how to fix my life in any area is not working. You now understand because I'm taking my time to tell you that this thing you are saying has penalty and benefit. It's not God. It's not whatever you do good, good will follow you. Am I even walking on I think going on for who can if you don't want something to do somebody, back to sleep. There's a book we read called The Law of What? Attraction. Yes, it's attraction. Yes, something like that. The secret, thank you. He said, if you think good about people, you're attracting good. If you think bad about people, you're attracting bad. Whatever you don't